Okay, let's go on. Please go to learn and attempt lesson 25. So I hope you have attempted lesson 25, yeah, people? So if you've attended, done 25, that's great. So synthesis and transformation is something we're going to focus today because direct and indirect speech, right? Reported speech has been tested for PSLE. I think you know also, right? If you've done the PSLE papers, I think in schools you are doing PSLE papers. Some students have done already so far. Some maybe just did one or two, right? So if you notice, direct and indirect speech, right? Reported speech, usually they have one question there. Sometimes they don't have, sometimes don't have, but most times they have for several years. Okay. Then the next popular question will be the passive voice. All right, active and passive voice. So today we are focusing on direct and indirect speech. In other words, reported speech also. Okay, Ken? So we go through now the questions 1 to 5, vocabulary MCQ. I hope you've done that. Hold on, Elliot. Maybe I just write down Elliot's name. I don't want to go out, in and out, as I mentioned just now. Lorna, Elliot. Okay. Elliot. All right. Okay, Ken. Later before you all go, we just stay for a while, right? Just to confirm the names. Yeah. Okay. What we're gonna do now is this. Hold on for a while. Let me just on my. Okay, Ken. So question 6 to 17 is your editing. Then 18 to 22 is synthesis and transformation. All right, Sarah. Cool. I just admit first. Wait for a while. Sarah Koo and Elliot. Sarah Koo and Elliot. All right, I just write down first. Easier for me. It's not very difficult. Okay, I move on now. Then next is your question 8 to 22, synthesis and transformation, right? So answer all questions, type all answers in the given spaces, since you're doing it online. All right, so I move on now. 88's house rules. Yeah, so all slides will contain this. It is compulsory to turn on your video and mute your microphone, right? So can I have, I'm not sure about your past tuition. Maybe your past tuition, I'm not sure if they enforced. But for 88 tuition, it's enforced. So Joseph already told me just now, right? So your camera is not working. Kian Ho, can you please switch on? Hi. Joy Ling and Chris, can you please switch it on? Right? Because the rest switch on. Okay, hello, hi. So okay, Ken. So this is not my rule. This is the 88 tuition house rules. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, for a while. Let me go back. Okay. All right. Chris, Joy, Joseph, and Kian, can you switch on your camera? Joseph, no need. Joseph, you already told me. Hello. Hi, Joy. Hi. Yeah. Kian and Chris, I think, yeah, I think the 88 tuition admin would have already asked your parents to do so, yeah? Correct? Okay. Okay, let's move on. All right. Please use the chat function if you would like to do any of the following. Ask a question, answer a question, and share feedback. Okay, if there is anything urgent, please raise your hand and wait for teacher's permission to unmute yourself before speaking. If you need to be excused, like you want to go for a toilet break, please inform me, and I will let you go. Okay, be mindful and respectful of all students in the class. All right, and the teacher himself. Okay, Ken. All right, Ken. Thanks for switching on. Okay, thank you. Okay, I move on. So today we are learning vocabulary MCQ, right? Editing and synthesis and transformation. All right. So just push us all to one side because we need the space here. Okay. So the vocabulary MCQs. All right. So we're going to go through now. You would have done this, right? You would have done this. If because you are not well or you know you haven't somehow haven't attempted this. So you can do it together with the class. All right, but best is if you have done this because your PSLE is in less than 3 months, right? In less than 3 months time. Okay, very fast. July, August, September. Yeah, 2 months plus. So more, quite a number of things here we do revision, and some things may be quite maybe something that you learn also here. Okay, Ken? All right, I go through this. you can come when she can come whenever she likes, as far as I'm concerned. I think you would know as far as I'm concerned, right? Cannot be as far as I'm bothered, right? So you need to put it in. Okay, I think this one should be all right. As far as I'm respected, very strange, right? As far as I'm disturbed. So there is as far as I'm concerned, is basically a saying that you use, right? Yeah, so yeah, it's just like that. All right, so I think you would know that it is as far as I'm concerned. Any questions about this? Yeah, so you try to fit it in and see if it makes sense, because at the end of the day, I think you know how this is being used in our speech. Okay, Ken? Next, I'm afraid I differ in opinion. It's just like this, differ in opinion means you want to say politely to the person that you do not agree with that person. All right. So differ in your opinion will just mean that you just have a different opinion from that person. You don't say coincide in opinion. A bit strange, that one. Conflict in opinion, divide in opinion. So you just say it's differ in opinion, right? Okay. This one is because you are telling the person that you have a different opinion and you disagree with the person. All right. Okay, next one. This one, I agree with Nicole, with what Nicole has said, and would like to give my views in the same vein. It's not in the same scene. Yeah, it cannot be in the same scene, because scene is something that you see, right? Same method, same means, cannot. So what does in the same vein means? It's an idiom. Just take note, all right? So just take note of this. It's an idiom. They can question you for comprehension close, right? They can ask you in the same same thing for comprehension close also. So roughly similar. The meaning is roughly similar to something, or like, or in keeping with something, though not exactly the same. They're not, so it's not precisely or exactly the same. It's just roughly the same. Okay. So I would like to give my views in the same thing, right? So this is something that you can memorize as an idiom. All right. Okay. Next. Petrified. Okay, this one, I think I have to bring us up. Okay, yeah, but maybe you can still see it. Petrified by the thundering voice of policemen, the girl froze and she could not even utter a word. So the answer is petrified. What Perez? Hold on, I just read Perez's name. Okay, this is the third person. Later, then I will pick. Okay. And then before you go, we just do one more attendance, and then I send present to the admin already. Okay, can? So what's the meaning of mystified? You can write down the meanings now, because these meanings you can have you can also have this option in your PSLE paper. If you have this option, right? So you know the meaning. You just write it down in your vocabulary book. All right. If you have printed out your worksheet, if you printed out your worksheet, you may have this question, right? With the ABC, with the options, then you can just write at the side. Okay, can? All right, so those people who are here, let me just write down your name, okay? That is Elliot, is it? Okay, hold on, don't mind me. So yeah, please switch on your Isaac. Okay, hi. I just write down your names. Okay, okay. Hello. I think some of you just came home. Maybe, well, maybe you have extra lessons or whatever, or some program, right, in school. Okay, I go through now. Patrick, because you hear the thundering voice of the policeman, meaning it's very loud, right? So, and then it's a policeman, so you'll be quite afraid. Okay, so petrified will mean very frightened. Mystified means perplexed or confused. Magnified means to enlarge, right? Dignified, what's the meaning of dignified? This is the meaning. Okay, showing a composed or serious manner that is worthy of respect. So that's the meaning of dignified. You can write down the meanings, right, in case you don't know, but B is your answer for number 4. Okay, I just wait for a while for those people who, teacher, I thought it's petrified of, I see, petrified of the, no, petrified by. In this context can be used. All right, so this is coming from Isaac. Petrified. Yeah, petrified of and petrified by, because petrified by in this case, right, is a thundering voice there. Hold on, let me just show you. Wait, I just gone. Okay. There are several ways to use this now. Okay. Hold on. Later I show you. Okay. Yeah, you can also use petrified on its own. For example, I stood petrified as the most enormous dog I've ever came upon bounded towards me, right? So maybe later when you are doing something, then I can go back here, then I explain to you. All right. Petrified of, petrified by. Yeah. Afraid of the dark, right? Because that one is afraid. But in this case, right, petrified by the thundering, because he's petrified by something, you're petrified of a teacher, for example. But in this case, right, there's an action going on. Petrified by the thundering. You see, if I put petrified of the thundering voice of the policeman, the girl froze, right? So petrified by the thundering voice of the policeman, because of the thundering voice of the policeman, therefore the girl froze and could not utter a word. So there is nothing wrong here. So this is fine. Petrified, like I told you, it depends on the context you are using. Petrified of something, correct. Petrified by, in this case, right, because there's an action there. So this is acceptable. Okay, then who is the question? Who is the person who asked? Elliot, is it Elliot or there's two person with the E? Yeah, Isaac. Okay, then all right. I go down now. Can I just ask, why is it Ayo here? Ayo means to understand, is it? What is Ayo means? Isaac, if you have anything, you can directly message me because I'm just reading from here. Yeah. Can understand why it's by and not in this case, right? So I go back. Hold on, I need to go back. Okay. Yeah. All right. Henry's mother was aghast when he had dyed his hair green, but could not do anything about it. Let me just go up here. Can't really see what I've written here. Okay, can. I hope so. Yeah, sorry, I have to put us right at the side. So Henry's mother was aghast when he had dyed his hair green, right? But could not do anything about it. So aghast in this case means filled with horror or shock. All right. The meaning for apathetic, can you write down now the meaning now? Showing no interest or enthusiasm, right? Oblivious means not aware or not concerned about what is happening around that person. So you can just write it down. I think some of you will understand the meaning of oblivious. The next one is objectionable. It means arousing distaste or opposition. All right. So meaning, the meaning for object, right? To object something. Not an object, a noun, but object verb. All right. So it is arousing distaste or opposition. So answer is A, aghast. All right. So if you've done this, these are your answers for the meanings. You can write down the meanings. Okay, I wait for you. Okay, I go on next. I hope I'm not going too fast. If I'm going too fast, just check with me. I'd like to know, can you please check if you are okay and I can move? If I can move, you just say yes, please. Because I don't know if some people are still copying from the screen. Yep. Can you check with me? Yeah, okay, I can move. All right, the rest of you can also check with me. All right. Okay, I move on next. Oops. Okay, for those people who just came in, these are our answers. Okay, D, B, C, D, A. All right, so I go through just very quickly for those people who just came. All right, she can come whenever she likes, as far as I'm concerned. That's D. Right. The next one, I'm afraid I differ in opinion from all of you. That's B. Next, I agree with what Nicole has said and would like to give my views in the same vein. So this is an idiom. In the same vein is an idiom, right? It means roughly similar. All right. Though not exactly this. It's just like or in keeping with something. Though not exactly the same. All right. Next, number 4. Petrified by. the thundering voice of the policeman, the girl clothes, right? So I went through this already. V2 answers B. And the last one is A. Henry's mother was aghast.